Good morning, everyone. This is a video for parents of students at Harris Academy St John's Wood. My name is Mr. Smith. I'm the principal, and I just want to share something with you about the current coronavirus situation. First of all, what I'd like to say is a huge thank you to all of you so far during these exceptional times. Our attendance is well over 90%, and we know that we're doing well with students coming into school, and that's because of your support. You gave us lots of feedback at the start of term that said you are happy and confident in our safety measures and that we were doing what we needed to do to keep our students safe. And we think that's still true. But obviously, we started in September, it's now December, so we wanted to remind you a little bit about some of the things that you need to do as parents and that we need to do as school to help keep our whole community safe. So as a reminder, as a school, we are following advice from all these following areas. We're following advice from Public Health England, from the Department for Education, and we work really closely with Westminster City Council. So all the time we're following advice from people that we need to follow to make sure that we keep your children, our staff and our community safe. So here's the first reminder for you. Your child must stay at home and not be sent to school if anyone in your home has symptoms of coronavirus. That means they have a high temperature, which is over 37.8 degrees, have a new persistent dry cough. That means a cough that keeps going on, and they have a loss or change of taste or smell. If your child or anybody in your house has any of these symptoms, then your child must not be sent to school. So that's the first thing that we need you. This is what you do if your child has symptoms. So if your child has symptoms, then you must book them a test immediately. We can help you to do this if you have any difficulty getting access to a test. Your child must then stay at home until you get the test results. If the test is negative, then they can return to school as long as they're well. If the test is positive, then your child should self-isolate for 10 days from when they first had the symptoms. Everyone else in your house should follow the relevant guidance at this point. But please ask us for advice if you are not sure. We're really happy to help. But if your child has symptoms, they must not come to school. You must book a test immediately. If your child does not have symptoms, this is really important. In any reason, if your child does not have a cough, does not have a high temperature, does not have a loss or change of taste or smell, then you must not book them for a test. Those are for people who have symptoms. And that's so we can all do our bit to help public health at the moment. So if someone else in your house has symptoms, so if not your child, so a sibling or a parent or someone else that lives in the house has symptoms, then you must book a test for that person immediately. Your child must stay at home until the test results. If the test is negative, then your child can return to school. But if the test is positive, then your child should self-isolate for 14 days from when the person first had symptoms. And again, if you're not sure, ask us for advice. Say that again. If you're not sure about this and you think, I'm not sure if my child should come to school or not, then please keep your child at home and ask us for advice. I would rather you kept a child at home for a couple of hours in the morning and they're a little bit late than if you sent them into school when you shouldn't have done. So please, if you're not sure about anything, ask us for advice. We will be able to help you. We have a lot of queries and we're supporting a lot of parents. So we do know the answers to the questions. If you're not sure, please ask for our advice. Some parents would like to know, sometimes we have to send children home from school because they've come into contact with someone who has coronavirus. If that happens, we will tell you how long your child needs to self-isolate, and we will give you a letter that explains what you need to do. Your child does not need to get a test unless they have symptoms themselves. If your child does get symptoms, then you should follow the advice that we've already given earlier in this video. If your child has to stay at home, they can dial into their lessons at the academy using Microsoft Teams, using their laptop and internet connection. And if you have any issues with that, we can lend some IT equipment just for the period that they're self-isolating, so it will need to be returned to the academy. So the final thing that I have to say is that it is really important that we keep working together. It is important that you as parents follow the advice that I've just given. If you're not sure, do not send your child to school and ask us for advice. Together, we can keep our community safe. Safety first has been the watchword of this term, and we will not take any chances with the safety of your child, with the staff in school, or with our whole academy community. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this. I hope it's been useful, and I look forward to seeing all of you in person when we get back to normal later in the year.